Welcome to the Skylab Command Center tutorial on how to create a channel post, otherwise known as content. When you're on the Command Center, you're going to go down to Content Dashboard, Content Management, and you're going to select the filter that you want to create a channel post in. In this case, we'll use blogs. In this tutorial, I'm just going to walk you through your options. So your options are, you can create a post which includes all kinds of different media, text, videos, etc. You can link directly to a video, such as a YouTube or Vimeo video. You can link to an audio or an external link. So let me just show you some of these settings really quick before I show you the post. In order to create a video content, I would upload an image, add the title, description, any keywords I want. This part doesn't matter. For this one, I'm going to add my categories, scroll down and either paste the URL or I can upload it from my computer as long as it's less than 2 megabytes in size. This part right here is obsolete because once they click on this image, they go directly to the URL and they're not going to see anything inside this post. At the bottom, I click Post Settings. I can enable scheduling if I want, which will allow us to go live on a certain date, or I can edit targeting so that this content is visible or locked to certain users or locked to other users. If I do lock this to certain users, I can have a message here show up for anybody who doesn't have access, and I can link them somewhere else. I can redirect them. So that is creating a video content for a post. I'm going to hit the back button since I don't want to save anything. Add post. Audio is the exact same thing. All of this is the same. Right here, you would upload your audio directly, and you can even enable a title if you want. Settings on here are all the same, and save. Uploading an external link would be very similar as well. All of this is the same. You type in your URL, you tell it whether you want it to be in-app or in the browser. If it opens in-app, it's a better user experience. Opening in a browser is best if the link will likely open an app. That's when the browser comes in handy. Otherwise, we typically suggest you leave it in app. All of the rest of that is the same, and then you can enable an actual CTA button if you want. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the options when you're creating a post. If I hit this plus button and I say post, I'm going to have all the same options up here. Scroll down and you'll be able to add an image, a video, file, audio, a button that'll take you to the next post, a divider, your own button, or text. If I click add text, notice that the box appears here. I then have to click inside this text box to start typing. I can then highlight this. I can change the color, size, font, and all of the other text formatting buttons that you're used to. Scroll down when you're done and select save. And then you can add more. Maybe I want to add a button that connects to share the app. I can change the color of that button and hit add item. If I want to rearrange the content, I simply click and drag. All the rest of the settings are the same, and when you're done, you would hit save. So that is the tutorial on how to create channel post. I highly recommend you come in here and play around with some of these, especially inside the channel post itself, and see what you can upload, which are PDFs. Practice uploading files and audios and all of these different features, and then check it out on the app to make sure it looks good. Always check your work when you're creating posts. You always want to click on the buttons, make sure they go where they're supposed to go. You want to make sure the image loads quickly. If it does not load quickly, then chances are you have an image that's way too large. Like this one is 8,000 plus pixels, and this one's 1,000 plus pixels. This one is going to look good on the app. This one is going to take too long to load. If it's too small, like maybe this 200 times 200 image, it might look blurry and distorted on the app. So just be mindful of your images. We highly recommend doing around the 1,000 range on pixels. When you add a divider, that simply creates a line across the entire app, regardless of what device you're on. And then the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You can either type in a URL or, again, upload a video as long as it's less than 2 megabytes. Image, we talked about, next post, buttons, all of this. So yeah, you have been officially trained. Once you scroll to the top, you'll hit save. Once you've saved it, you'll then have to save the entire channel, publish the entire channel. Once all of that's done, you'll come down here and make this live. If it's blue, it means it's live. If it is gray, like this, that means it's not live. It means that this is not available to the users on the app. So you'd have to click this button to make it visible to users on the app. And that is your tutorial on creating post.